What's going on? How's it hanging? How's it happening? You guys know this is Kevin from the Chord Progression Podcast. The podcast is inspiring young rock and metal fans to discover new music, feel the desire to connect with other people in the music industry, and of course, feel accepted, which you all are here. Welcome to the show, everybody. This episode has an incredible band from Central Pennsylvania, where just when it comes to the connection for positivity that they create with not only their fans, but with other people in the industry is absolutely paramount and is vital to their success, and it is continuing to build up. This is a band that when it comes to that kind of like connectivity and success and positivity, think Patient 67. These guys follow that exact same moniker. Before jumping into it, I want to thank our sponsor for this podcast, which is Phoenix Fitness. So, of course, you guys know what's my favorite thing to do? Mosh pits and podcasts. But of course, when it comes to this one, we're talking about mosh pits. You guys know I love going into concerts. I love going to mosh pits and going in from the beginning of the first band to the end of the last band and not skipping a beat in between. To do that, I have to make sure that I am what I like to call mosh pit fit. So I have to make sure that I can have enough cardio and have enough stamina to go that long and go the distance. I have to make sure that I'm strong enough to deliver those hits and also take those hits from those absolutely big dudes who might destroy you. What's up, Nate? And have a blast with it. So I've got to be mosh pit fit. I got to be in the gym. I got to do a lot of cardio. I got to lift a lot of weight. But I also make sure I prepare my body right and recover for my body right to make sure that I am achieving my fitness goals and can continue to do this day in and day out and stay mosh pit fit. So that's where Phoenix Fitness comes in. They offer many different types of supplements to help you achieve your fitness goals and become mosh pit fit, such as different types of pre-workout, both stim and stim free. I use their stim free stuff because I do not need any extra energy than I already have. They also have different types of B-sub recovery compounds to help your muscle absorb the nutrients directly after workout. Different types of creatine help you build muscle. Different types of protein help you build muscle. Whey-based protein, collagen-based protein, plant-based protein. I use their whey chocolate malt flavor because that's good stuff. Different types of malt flavorings and literally anything you need to achieve your fitness goals, Phoenix Fitness has for you. So our listeners get 20% off. Use the code CPP20 at FX.com. Thank you, Phoenix Fitness. Thank you once again. Link description of the podcast. Our feature presentation, we have eternal frequency on the podcast, and this one is all positive every step of the way. And there's a crazy idea for an N64 style bet that happens in this one. Are you guys ready? Let's go! Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, listeners of the Chord Progression Podcast. Thanks to my perusing around Facebook and trying to connect with people, someone from Facebook said, hey, you should check out this band. You might be interested in them. Check them out for the podcast. So we did. We checked them out, and bing, bang, boom, it is all happening here. This band out of Central Pennsylvania has a lot of things going for them, and if you want to know where you can find them playing live that might not be in the Pennsylvania area, well, why don't you go to Blue Ridge 2023, because they're going to be playing out there, and they've done a lot of incredible things before that even as well, like Run-DMC. Why does that mean? You'll find out soon enough. So please welcome Emelle, Justin, AJ, and Tyler, and of course, Loki to the Chord Progression Podcast. Hey! So everyone, welcome to the Chord Progression Podcast.
What's up?
What's up?
I'll say, in that intro, I had to make sure that Loki got in there too, because I mean, look at Loki, just majestic.
He so cute? Right? I've had him since he was like literally this big, and he's my best friend. I love him.
So he has to be in here for the whole entire thing, even if he's just looking around like, what's going on? I'm just happy to be here.
Exactly.
Well, it's either that or he's going to be on the other side of the camera and he's just going to start going,
That's what he does.
So no matter what, he was going to end up on the camera at some point. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that he's going to be here through the whole entire thing. But before we get jumping into it, how are you all doing today? Like, I'm just happy to have you here. So how's everybody doing right now?
Yeah,
doing well.
Thanks for having us. I'm tired. Tired. How are you doing?
Okay, first off, that is the first time anyone's actually asked me how I am doing. So
are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Shit.
So first off, thank you. And I am a little bit tired as well because leading up to this, I went through three concerts, 3 different cities, 3 straight nights in a row, and each of them was mashi, good time. So
who'd you see?
First night I was up in Green Bay, Wisconsin to see Beartooth and Trivium.
Nice.
And then second night I was in where I live in Milwaukee for Beartooth and Disturbed. And then I went down to Chicago the following night for Spite and Wage War.
Nice. Oh my God. Nice. All 3 great all three great shows.
You must be sore. Good God.
Oh, you should. I woke up on Saturday morning and just went to the gym, and it's like I literally took off my shirt, just like taking a look at it, and it was like scratches all over the place, bruises everywhere, and I just looked at myself. I'm like, we're doing this. And I also thought about too. I'm like, this is preparation for the festival runs I'm going on in July and in September. I'm like,
Yeah.
gotta prepare our bodies for this. Let's go.
Oh, God.
But that's just how it is. It's like if there's gonna be a concert where there's gonna be there's gonna be heavy music and there's gonna be a mosh pit form, I'm just like a little kid on Christmas. You see like that sees the bike under the tree. I'm just like,
oh my God. You are a brave soul. You are a brave soul.
Can't do it anymore.
No,
can't
I
do it
can't do it
anymore.
anymore either. Last one I did was We Came as Romans, and I got my ass kicked. Holy crap.
I'm just too scared.
I got shot from the other side of the mosh pit, from one side to the other at an Atreyu show, and I was like, all right, I'm done.
God.
Can't do that anymore.
No.
oh, my heart sank a little bit now because I'm like, I was hoping at some point in time, in some random way, I could mosh with everyone from Eternal Frequency. But if you guys have either retired or it's like, nope, I ain't
We're
going
not
in there.
that cool. You know what? It was one time I was accidentally in a mosh pit for Lamb of God. It was my first Lamb of God show ever, and you know how that is. I had no idea what was coming, and I was smack dab in the middle of that shit, and I almost fucking died. It was the first time I ever experienced a panic attack in my life. I was like, oh my God. I like crouched down on the floor. I was in like a fetal position, and I had to get my friend to get me out of there. I was like, get me out of here. It was awful.
It's like in the fetal position, find a happy place.
That's exactly
find
it.
a happy place.
I was so scared.
There's no happy place when Black Label comes on. No.
No. So now we're on it. What was your favorite mosh pit you've been in?
Mine, oh dear God.
Or like Wall of Death, whatever.
Shoot. My favorite Wall of Death of all time, though, had to be Blue Ridge 2021. I was seeing Falling in Reverse playing this, and they were the close with Popular Monster.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And right when the breakdown hits, I go from my side. I'm the only one that goes. And 20 other people are rushing at me, and my first thought when I saw that was, fuck. This is going to be fun. I hit people, and all of a sudden I got flown backwards, and I'm like, everyone's on the ground. I've got my hands over my head like this, and I'm wondering, like, okay, why is the rule in the mosh pit, when someone falls down, you pick them back up. Why is no one helping me? Well, because everyone else was already on top of me, and the crowd was trying to pick everybody else up.
God.
I was just going to be the last one. I was like, oh, okay. But maybe my favorite of all time may have been Welcome to Rockville last year, seeing We Came as Romans, because they had a rained shortened 6-song set. They were supposed to do 10, but the rain cut it to 6, but the rain started like a minute before they went on, and it was hot as all hell that day. It was like 95 degrees and humid, and then the rain comes, and the temperature dropped 20 degrees. So now it's muddy, people are finally cooling off, and people get that jolt of energy, and the rain just kept coming heavier and heavier.
Is that the one that they canceled after like the first after the first day?
The first full day from last year for Welcome Rockville went completely went fine. The second day,
but they canceled the rest of it, right?
No, they canceled the headliners for day 2 and day 3 because of the rain.
Oh, okay.
And I wasn't that mad when they canceled the headliners, because I'm like, I just wasn't as big in the headliners. But on the third day, when they canceled, when they were like had a rain delay, and it's like, okay, now they're trying to reconfigure everything. They had 5 bands left, and they only could go with 4 because they had 4 stages, and the one they pulled the plug on made me mad. It made me real mad because they pulled the plug on Rise Against, and I did not like that.
Oh,
That's
shit.
dirty. That's freaking dirty.
But you just saw them recently, you told me, so you got some redemption later on.
Yeah, because they did that 3 day in a row shows at the Metro in Chicago, and I went the second and the third day.
Yeah, there it is. So you still at least got your Rise Against fix.
Oh, I still got my fix. I'm like, for me, it's just like, put it into my veins.
Yeah. No, they're fantastic live. I've seen them at festivals as well. Great.
I'll say you, and if you're gonna get a chance to see them again this year too, playing Blue Ridge, and they got announced playing Blue Ridge. So lucky.
Yeah. Oh, what a good segue.
Very good segue, because Eternal Frequency is playing Blue Ridge 2023, and I know a bunch of bands that are playing there. I love hearing about the stories about how these bands got on there, and now it is your turn. So how did you guys get on the lineup for Blue Ridge 2023?
I'll say hi, Loki. Loki's being an attention whore. This is what we talked about. Okay, just sit right there. Loki's not going to Blue Ridge, right? No Blue Ridge. No Blue Ridge.
Loki looks a little disappointed that he's not going to Blue Ridge.
Basically it was just luck. Like anything, you try your best and you put good music out there, you put yourself out there, and you just hope that someone bites, and that's pretty much how it happens.
So just pure luck, just like, you know what, we just threw it out there. We thought about something, we just put our hat in their name into the hat.
Like we
threw our hat in the ring. Called it a day.
That's what happened. That's basically, I mean, when we did Rocklahoma last year, that's how we got on it as well. It's just we were trying for years to get on Blue Ridge, and we just never got any bites. And then this year, I guess it was our chance. It was our lucky chance this year.
I think it's funny because nobody believes us when we say that either. They're just like, "How much did you pay? How much did you pay?"
Nothing. We didn't pay anything.
Or like, who did what questionable favors to get there? But no, there wasn't any. It literally was just luck. We basically said, "Hey, we're interested," and they were just like, "Well, we're interested in you." So cool.
See, because whenever especially this year, when I've talked to other bands that are playing Blue Ridge, and I ask them how they got on there, no one has ever done anything questionable. No one has ever done the pay-to-play thing. It's always been kind of more the, just either the sheer luck or just people have not stopped commenting them on all the Blue Ridge stuff. Mm-hmm. So it's just like they have to take notice. It happened with Patient 67. It happened with Saving Vice. And now it's like, well, you guys, it's just, you've been trying to get on there for a number of years. And now it's just, they finally took notice. And one thing that kind of speaks to, along with the Rocklahoma one from last year too, is you keep putting the stuff out there. You keep trying. And, there's the second best answer you can get is no, because then the best answer you of course can get is yes, because then it's like, hell yeah, we got it. But you kept putting it in there. You kept trying to get this stuff. And it's the whole classic, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. If you wouldn't be trying it, then for sure you wouldn't have gotten on it. If you wouldn't have tried to get on the Blue Ridge lineup, you wouldn't be on there going into 2023.
Right. That's exactly it. It's as simple as that. Yeah.
Got to give mad props to those people that are at Blue Ridge as well. Like John Sly and all of his team. Those, they're fans. They're music lovers. Like that. Honestly, I would actually get into a pit with John Sly. I think that'd be awesome, because one, he's got a very, very shiny bald head, and I know who to go for and stuff like that. I know who's got my back. They're just cool dudes. They're just like music fans that just said, "Hey, yo, let's put together a festival that's unlike any other one," and they've succeeded.
Yeah, I mean, I find there's so many festivals out there that it's just, you can tell it's just a cash cow. But with Blue Ridge, it's so apparent that they care about the music and the fans first. And that's what I respect about it. That's what we all respect about it. And that's why we're so honored to be on this lineup this year.
I mean, even you take a look at the lineup from the past couple of years as well, and you take a look at the bands that they're able to book, the acts they're able to get, the artists they're able to put on there, and the amount of them too, and you wonder, just how the hell is this all possible? And it's just because it's one after the other after the other. It just, I mean, they recently just announced like Till from
Till Lindemann,
yeah, they just announced him as part, and it's just like, how the hell is this happening?
Reputation.
And how does this happen? Yeah, and how's this happen every year over and over again, where these lineups are just absolutely massive?
It's the reputation, everyone wants a piece of it. They want to be like, what is this all about? You know what I mean? And then they want to get a piece of it, and then, here we are. And then like the Till Lindemann thing, that's huge. That's freaking huge. Like, we're all huge Rammstein fans. So it's like, we can't wait to catch that set.
Now, for the festival, because I know you're playing, I don't know what day you're playing. I mean, it's probably, the schedule's not announced
yet. Yeah, we don't know yet. No.
Yeah. But are you planning on going for all 4 days then? Just because it's this is
we'll be there the whole time. We have lots of like our fans going, and they're you're like Blue Ridge regulars that they usually go anyway. So we'll be like hanging out with them and stuff like that. It's gonna be a good time.
Oh, that's perfect, because then at the same point in time, you get to hang out with all the people that are consistently your fans. You get to just have an experience with them, and they get to have an experience with you that's going to be unlike anything else. On top of that, you're going to say you play day 1 or day 2, and all of a sudden people see that show, but then they're walking around day 3, day 4, and they still see that you're there. Mm-hmm. Now there's going to be a connection point there. They're going to want to come up and potentially say hi, even if they're like skittish and just I don't know if I should do this because I saw them up on playing live and now I'm scared. No, but then all of a sudden you might just go over and just give them a whole wave, and then it just makes their whole entire day. It makes their whole entire weekend. You never
That's
know.
exactly what we did with when we played Rocklahoma last year. That's exactly like we built a friendship and a family before we even got there.
Yeah.
You know, we were in like all of the Rocklahoma groups and just developing relationships with everybody. And then by the time we got there, we were already like tight with everybody like this. So we didn't play till Sunday, but we were hanging out and doing our thing with everybody. And then once we got to playing on Sunday, everybody was there. Like we had a huge freaking crowd, and it was just a great experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, now that is one of the smartest things I think any band could possibly do, especially if they're playing a festival, is get into those groups that the festival has put together, especially online, or that fans have put together, and become a massive member of that group for a number of reasons. One, you get to know more people, you get to connect with more people, and yes, it's going to draw potentially more people to your show, but at the same time, you're going to go out there and you're going to have these connections with people. You're going to have more confidence going out there. You're going to have this comfortability going out there, knowing that when you go out there, there's going to be a lot of people out there that you have had conversations with. You've commented on their stuff back and forth with each other. You've built up these relationships, so you're not going out there and it's like, oh, I tried to draw these fans there. No, I'm going out there. I'm seeing a whole bunch of my family members out there having a blast, listening to our music, and of course, the crazy guys in the mosh pit going nuts, and then hopefully at one point in time, me in the middle of it just going like, yeah.
That's exactly it. That's exactly it.
So that's the plan. I mean, I think about like some other bands that have done that too. I mean, I use Page 67 again because they're like fantastic at it from what I've seen. And just kind of you seeing how you have done it as well, just from that Rocklahoma story, it makes so much sense. So that when going into Blue Ridge, I'm assuming you're already in those Blue Ridge fan groups. I'm assuming you're connected with so many people outside of the people that you already have connected with just through your time as a band and that are the Blue Ridge regulars. But just being able to create that standpoint to the point where you're going to be going up on stage and you're not going up in front of just like 500 people. You're going up in front of like, potentially like 3,000-4,000 people that are going to be there like, hey, I want to go check this out. Because when I was there in 2021, I saw one band pull that off where it was smaller stage. You're expecting maybe like, 300 to 400. It was something like 3,000 to 4,000 that ended up actually watching them. And it was all based on what they did 20 minutes before the set, which was hysterical.
Oh, what was that?
So it was a band called Seasons from Richmond, Virginia. What they did was they were going on their side stage. It was like 20 minutes, and the stage was right next to where like one of the main stages, and Wage War was going to play on that main stage. But they were going to play right after Seasons was done. And Seasons, during their sound check and during like just getting everything set up and ready to go, their vocalist was trying to talk to as many people over at the Wage War show and like, hey, come on over here, hang out. We got 20 minutes for you guys, but trust me, we'll be done before Wage War goes on, and you're gonna like us just as much as Wage War. But it's because the thing that I thought about that was, well, he's telling them that they want to go see Wage War, but they're still gonna be able to see it because they're going to be done by the time Wage War goes on.
Yeah.
So you're not going to miss out on that. And all of a sudden, people started coming over. They went on, and they were a metalcore band, so they just came out swinging, and the whole this crowd just kept growing and growing. It went nuts. They had a lot of fans there, and by the time it was over, the next 5 minutes, Wage War was absolutely packed, and everyone was still just all amped up, ready to go. And then smashy time happened, and everyone was
That's super smart.
And there was much rejoicing. Yay! So
great idea.
So if you're on a stage and you just take a look at what bands are playing around you, and if there's one that you can connect with, it's like, hey, those fans would like our music and they're gonna be playing right after us. See if you can find a way to make that connection with the fans that are across. Be like, hey, come on over here. You never know what might happen.
No, well, the Blue Ridge community is also very large and they go everywhere. I went to see Nothing More the other week, and I saw at least 5 shirts of Blue Ridge shirts just in our area. So I went up to them and did mention like, hey, you plan on going this year? By the way, this is my band name. We're from the Harrisburg area here. We'll be there as well if you want to come check us out. So it's amazing to see just the reach that Blue Ridge has had, and just as you pointed out, the loyalists that go there, and they're proud to wear those shirts wherever they go and whenever they have the chance to do such.
But yeah, because I know people that still go back there every single year from areas where I'm at. I went in 2021. I did not go in 2022, and it doesn't look like I'm gonna go this year. Just there's I can't go to every festival. Put it that way, which is unfortunate. But you know what? I'm still gonna try and make it out as many as possible. Will I end up going back to Blue Ridge at some point though? More than likely, yes, because that lineup is always just absolutely insane. But hopefully the next time I go out there, hopefully Eternal Frequency will be playing, and hopefully you'll be playing on one of the main stages.
That'd be so sick. That's the dream. That's the goal, right?
That is the absolute goal and the dream. But it seems like from one thing I noticed recently, Emelle, you got to live out a certain dream coming and playing with Run-dmc. So how did that all happen? Because I was going to ask about it, and I'm very curious. When I saw the Facebook post, I'm pretty sure it was right before I was ready to go and mosh for Wage War when I saw it. So
God.
I was like, oh my God, I get to ask about this in literally 2 days. Remember it.
Well, it started out as all of us, Eternal Frequency, were opening for this band called Galactic Empire, which are also two of the members in that band are our producers who record our music for us. So we had this booked for months that we were going to open this show. And then I'd say probably about a month ago is when they announced that Daryl McDaniels from Run-dmc, the DMC aspect of it, was going to be doing an encore performance at the show. And we're like, oh, that's cool. Like, we all woke up to it, in the morning we saw the flyer. We're like, oh shit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like how it happens. And then a week ago, maybe a little more than a week ago, one of the members from Galactic Empire, who's also our producer, messaged me and was like, hey, they need someone to do hype parts for Daryl. They need someone to do the Steven Tyler vocals for Walk This Way. You're the perfect person for that. Can you do it? And I was like, fuck yeah. I wasn't going to say no to that. So that's how it happened. Literally just like that.
Holy shit.
Speechless. You left him speechless. Just throw it out there.
Yeah, and that's something that never really happens either. It's happened a couple of times.
Never in my life would I have imagined that ever happening. It's crazy.
It's just, and the fact of the matter of how that all came through when it comes to you just, opening a show for Galactic Empire. And then, okay, so Run-dmc is going to get at it. Okay, they need someone to do some of the hype parts. They need someone to do Steven Tyler's vocals. And you are the perfect person to do it. So you're going to do it. And your brain probably froze for a couple of seconds. First, I got to process that this is actually happening. This is real. And also, yes.
It's happened. We played the show and I still haven't come to grips with it yet. It's shit like that doesn't happen, especially to people like us or people like me. You know what I mean? It's so fucking random, but it's awesome. I don't know.
But in a way, you say that that doesn't happen to people like you, but in a way, it kind of does. And just hear me out. Just hear me out. We had something we talked about earlier with the Rocklahomas of the Blue Ridge stuff. It's what you've been doing with your music and how you've been trying to make it work, how you've been trying to get your name out there, how you've been trying to connect with so many people. It's by making those connections and making those positive connections so that you are, every time your name gets brought up, every time Eternal Frequency gets brought up, the positive emotions in our brain end up triggering. We think about the music, we think about the people in the band, we think about how all that makes us feel in the positive. So when something like this happens where, hey, something random, by random chance something happens and we need someone to do Steven Tyler's vocals on Walk This Way during the Run-dmc set of it, who can do it? Well, your name's in their mind, and all of a sudden, boom, we're going to pick them. Rocklahoma, you kept working at that. Boom, they end up picking you up. Blue Ridge kept asking and kept asking. All of a sudden, nope, now they're watching you, and now it's 2023 time, and boom, it happens. So stuff like this does happen to people like you because of the positive, vibes and the positive message and the positive impact that you're having on so many people that you're connecting with.
That's awesome.
All right, well, I accept the explanation. I'm cool with it.
Thank you. That was really awesome. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. And the reason I say that is because I've been doing these podcasts this is my 5th year doing this. talking to as many bands as possible, talking to over, I would say, between 300 and 350 at this point, there's always a certain commonality when it comes to certain artists or certain groups or certain people getting those like specific crazy instances and those specific crazy things that happen to them. And it's, well, why does that happen? Well, because they are constantly working at it, but they're constantly working at it and they're creating a positive impact on the people that are around them, whether it's immediately within their band, whether it's within their local scene, whether it's with the scene as a whole online, or even across the world through live shows, whatever it might be, or even just in the music industry in general. Those are the people that are constantly, getting those extra steps, getting the, the positive press behind them, and getting the people to say, hey, I want to go work with them. Hey, we need someone to open for us. Boom, I want that band. I've heard it from Patience 7. I've heard it from Kingdom Collapse. I've heard it from Avoid. There's many others, and now Eternal Frequency gets added to that just based off of the work ethic and the positivity you're putting out in the world.
Wow. That's awesome. That's really cool.
You're kind of like leaving us speechless.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No, seriously, thank you so much for that.
I mean, it's kind of like, I'm leaving you speechless now in a revenge from leaving me speechless in the whole Run DMC thing. So, take that in the best way possible.
He's really nice too. Like Daryl, I was fully prepared to like walk into that room, like, cause we had rehearsal the day before. I was fully prepared to be like, you know what? He's going to be like, you stay over there, you stay in your corner. Don't talk to me. You know what I mean? Cause like, I didn't know him, you know what I mean? Like he's such an icon. He's a legend, I call him the father of hip hop. He's the father of hip hop and rap to me. So it's like, I was like not prepared he's a teddy bear. He is straight up just like a teddy bear, the nicest guy, warm, encouraging. He was like, the minute I got in there, he's like, Emelle, grab your microphone. You take over that stage, girl. You do this, you do that. He just gave me like full range to like whatever I wanted to do. He's like, if you want to sing a line, you want to do this line, you want to do that line, go at it. You're killing it. And I'll never forget when, after we practiced everything and he has a new song coming out called Metal Man. So he premiered that at that show. We did It's Tricky. I did hype parts for that. And then we did obviously Walk This Way and I did the Steven Tyler parts. And after we were done practicing, he looked at me, he fist bumped me and he was like, your voice, these songs, your voice is what was needed on these songs. And to hear that from someone who, is such a pioneer and did so many amazing things, and to say that my voice was what those songs needed, his songs that he wrote, like I've never gotten a better compliment than that in my life. It was unbelievable.
Oh, and no wonder why, even a couple days later, you're still like living that high and you're just wondering, did that actually happen? Is this real life?
I have no words for it. It changed my life. It really did.
Almost this time last year, we were playing a show in Ohio and we actually took a trip to Cleveland and went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And it was like, we were looking at Run DMC's exhibit and we were just like, wow, that's freaking awesome. Right next to Michael Jackson. A year later, she's on stage with him. It was surreal. Yeah, it really was.
Yeah, he watched our whole set. Like when we played, he literally was side stage originally to watch our set, and then he went out into the crowd to do some of like the crowd participation stuff when we were playing. And the fact that he even did that, he took the time to, he could have easily been like, oh, I have better things to do, but he made sure that he was there, that he arrived to catch our set, and it was such an honor. Such an honor.
It's stuff like that I've heard many stories about, and not just like, I'm not talking about Run DMC, I'm talking about just stories from musicians in general, where other musicians that are, much further along in their careers or, have that place in pop culture where it's like, oh my God, these people are the shit kind of thing, where they're working with them or playing a show alongside them and just having that positive interaction, it means so much. And you're seeing that happen right there. And we're talking about with Daryl as well, looking back at Run DMC back in the 80s, once that Walk This Way like collaboration came out, that was really an inflection point to where rap music really broke into the mainstream for all of America and has continued to just keep getting bigger and bigger ever since then. That was the inflection point to get a lot of people into it, because now you saw the mixture between what it could do between, its style and how it worked alongside a style like rock because of just that collaboration. It worked out so well. So to have someone like that, you know, they could be the biggest person, have the biggest head, the biggest ego in the world, but for them to connect with you like that, that's going to be something that you take with you forever. That's something you're never going to forget. And doing stuff like that, you know, getting the crowd pumped, doing the crowd participation stuff, watching your whole entire set, there's a lot of people that are great people in the music industry, but there are few people that would go out and do something like that for a band that is just, you know, might be opening for them and just create this whole entire experience so that you're going to, you know, remember this throughout the rest of the time. And in a certain way, you know, it's kind of, I would say you could take inspiration from it, but you're already doing it. You're already connecting with so many people. You're already creating that positive impact for not only for just maybe other bands that you're working alongside, but for so many of the people that are in the crowd as well. So many fans, so people that don't even know your music that you're connecting with online through these groups, through Rocklahoma, through Blue Ridge, all this stuff. It's you're creating that positive impact, and you're seeing what happens when that as you continue to grow, what that positive impact can mean not only to fans, what you're doing right now, but as you continue to grow and other bands are coming up, you know, later on in life, you're going to be able to have that positive connection with them. And you're going to be able to create those moments where they say, man, I got to go on stage and perform before Eternal Frequency, and the whole entire band was just hanging outside stage, watching our whole entire set. Then they jumped in the crowd. We're having a blast watching us. It's something that they're never going to forget because you just, you know, I don't know what's the proper word. It's like you're already embodying that. It's just going to keep growing.
Yeah, and that's why you should always strive, you know, no matter how big you get, to just treat people with respect and, you know, just care for people, be there for them, because you were, you know, if you make it to the top, you were once them. You know what I mean? Think about how much their lives are going to change because of something that you're going to do. And maybe so little in your head, but it's going to mean the world to them. You know what I mean? And Daryl changed all of our lives that day. He really did.
Yeah, and in the scope of time too, you know, maybe by this time next year, it's that moment won't register as powerfully with Daryl just because of other things that might be happening in his life. But that moment, what he was able to do for all of you, it registered so powerfully where it's gonna be something you take forward in your lives and just continue at that. I've heard stories of other guys like Jacoby Shax from Papa Roach having those moments as well, doing that with people. I've had people on the podcast that say like an interaction with Jacoby Shax is what's got him to pursue music. And it's just like, those moments mean so much to so many people. And the thing is it could be to pursue music. It could be just to, you know, maybe quit their job or something like that, or just feel more comfortable with themselves. Or it could be something as simple as, you know, giving them hope to stay alive. It could be something as simple, but as large as that. Just that positive interaction could be that one thing that turns someone's life around because they look at that as a massive turning point of positivity.
100%.
And to build up that, I would say even at shows we've played, but we also like going to concerts as individuals, and we've hung out with people. We've encouraged people to come talk to us anyway. And we've hung out with people at other concerts that we're not even playing, and that's blown people away that we're just like, no, come up and chat with us. Like, we cool. And we've had people who have posted plenty of stuff praising that because that's just how we are. We love music as individuals, and we love playing it together as well.
Yeah.
And that's the positivity because, again, you're continuing to embody all of that. Now let me ask you about this. So those moments where, you know, you're going to those shows as music lovers, as music fans, and you get to meet these people. Is there any like instance that just stands out to you as like the coolest moment that you've had happen in a space like that where you're at a show connecting with people, even if it's one that you're not playing? Like, I'm always curious to hear about these stories.
It's a good question.
I'd say actually recently I had one. Actually, at a show we just played, there's a gentleman named Andrew that he worked at a haunted attraction out this way that one of my older bands played like 7 years ago, give or take. And I saw him right away. I forgot his name, unfortunately. When I saw him, I was like, dude, I know you. And I gave all the information. And apparently he told other people that he was quite surprised that I actually remembered who he was. But I think it was just something like that where it's like, that's just how I am. And that's how we are. We try to remember as many people as possible. So just stuff like that on my personal experience. That was my moment, I'd say.
I mean, that's a long time to not to try and remember somebody, even if you don't remember their name. But like, if you remember their face and it's like, I know you from somewhere, and if it's some say, you know, if through music exactly, and you're trying to like, I remember you from somewhere, and you're trying to like, I remember maybe it was from this, and when it comes to music, if that's something where that person is so heavily connected to the music or to the band, And it's just like, wait a minute, this is my name. And it's like, I'm sorry I didn't remember your name, but I remember your face. I remember you remember how much, you loved our music. It's something where the fact that you remembered them and had a positive relationship in your mind between them and your music, that's going to mean the world to them every step of the way. If they're having a great day, that's just going to make that day even better. They're going to be running on cloud nine the rest of the day. If they're having a terrible day or just having a bad point in time in life, that might be the thing that turns it around. That might make a bad day a good day. That might make a terrible day a day where it's like, you know what? Today wasn't so bad because this happened. But I got to meet my favorite band out of nowhere, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, we always try to keep that in the back of our minds, for sure.
See, now it's going to be something where it might become like a thing of lore for Blue Ridge now after this year where, Eternal Frequency is always going to end up playing there, and you never know what's going to happen because they're going to end up walking around the festival. They're going to be in the crowd, and it'll be like a bingo card type thing, like mosh with Eternal Frequency, see Eternal Frequency in the crowd, get a picture with Emelle. You can literally make a bingo card out of it and see who gets the most out of their bingo card, and then all of a sudden, whoever wins, I don't know, but something.
It's funny that you mentioned that because we actually did that at Rocklahoma. We actually had a scavenger hunt using Emelle.
Yeah.
So basically, there were actually prizes that if you found Emelle, took a selfie with her, tagged us and everything like that, you'd actually get prizes because we were literally just walking from campsite to campsite, ordering burgers off of vendors and stuff like that.
Yep.
And we turned it into a where's Waldo, where's Emelle, game.
Straight up.
For 4 days.
Okay. How the hell did I just get on this potential idea for a bingo card, and then you guys have pretty much done something like that in a completely different aspect?
That's good ideas. You're full of good ideas. There you go. I don't know if they do it at Blue Ridge though.
I don't know. I don't know if they do it because the venue they do it at now, they just did the first year they did it. The venue was last year. I went in 2021, so I don't know the configuration of the venue or how stuff like that would work. But have you come up with an idea for something to do like that for Blue Ridge this year?
I don't know. It had to be amongst the groups, because that's what started all that was the Rocklahoma, the various campgrounds, the camp groups. They were organizing this thing amongst themselves. They're over the course of 4 days, they're figuring out activities to do when there's not bands playing at night or during the day or whatever. And that's just one of the things that they put together. So
we should probably actually do, because we were in these Rocklahoma groups when we were doing this, we were brainstorming different fun ideas just with people that were planning on being there.
Yeah.
And one that we didn't partake in that we all kind of regret is drunken tricycle Olympics. We were going to do a tricycle race where every time you take a lap, you have to chug liquor and then try and get yourself around. We're covered in mud.
But the thing about it was at 11 a.m. and we it was at 11 o'clock in the morning. These people, oh my gosh, the people who go to festivals, most of them, they go hard. I've never been to a real music festival, Warped Tour. I don't consider that really. Yeah, I know, but I didn't realize.
Look at his face.
I know. I didn't realize going into Rocklahoma how hard these people went. They literally are up all night. They probably stay up to 5 a.m. They get an hour of sleep, and it just keeps going and keeps going and keeps going. And I don't know how these people are in their 40s and 50s and shit. I don't know how they do it because I need my 8 hours of sleep. So I don't know.
I do feel like we need our redemption though. We should do the drunken tricycle race. Maybe we should bring that to Blue Ridge.
Yeah.
Which, to defend ourselves, we also did play another festival the day before.
That's true.
We had back-to-back festival slots.
That's true.
And it was in Oklahoma heat, so that gets to you too.
Yeah,
we played a concert on a lake before that day.
Yeah. Well, Tyler and I, we thought we were 16 again, and so as soon as we were done playing our set, we were just oh man, you know what we should do? We should jump in the water with them because everybody just came up to the stage on floaties. And so Tyler and I literally, the last song we were playing, our song called Parasite, we kicked off our shoes, emptied out our pockets, and we just did a flip into the lake, with our pants on, and I'm pretty sure that Tyler had chains on.
Awful, yeah. It was terrible. I was wearing trick pants.
Yeah, so everything was weighing us down, and we were just like, "Oh fuck, we can't swim."
We almost lost a bass player and a guitarist that day.
Oh yeah,
It was
hold on, before that even happened, it was before we went on. They came up to me and they're like, "Are you gonna do that?" I was like, "Fuck no, I'm not gonna do that." And they're like, "Oh, come on, don't be a pussy, you're a coward." And then they did that and almost killed themselves. So it's like, ha.
worth it.
The lake water was 40 to 60 feet deep, so it's not like there was nothing there to stand on. And we joked because we stopped 4 or 5 times to swim 50 feet. We were just so much out of shape, and we couldn't do it.
Yeah,
so it was like anything to hold on to. We're gonna breathe for 5 minutes and then go a little further.
Oh my god!
We got off and I'm packing the stage because he was doing that, so I told him I'd help grab his stuff and his stuff. I get all the stuff off the stage. I'm like, where are they? Like, are they okay? And it was probably another 10 minutes go by. I see him walking towards me, just like panting still.
It was rough.
I asked 2 ladies if I could borrow their floaty because I was out of shape. I was so out of shape.
Well, your jeans were like, you guys were both wearing freaking jeans, and it was just like weighing you down.
Worth it. I would do it again though.
Okay, here's my suggestion. Because I feel like this is going to potentially happen again, especially if Tyler is saying this was absolutely worth it. The next time you're playing something like that, go up on stage and be fully prepared for this. Everyone go up and have a pair of water wings on so that you're all ready to jump in. Everyone's going to be wondering, why are they wearing water wings up on stage? But then, stuff start happening. Like, wait a minute, if they're wearing water wings, then they're either doing something really weird or they're about to jump into the water at some point during this. And then, of course, you can
safety first.
Yeah,
and no, you have to wear like cargo pants or like bathing suit bottoms because
wear like an inner tube around the waist and all that.
And actually, to piggyback off of I love your idea. Actually, I think this one who we've called a coward that didn't jump in, I think he should wear the floaties as well and still just stand there.
I'm gonna have bathing suits on, and I have the thing about not wearing shorts on stage. It's just not my thing. But if I do that, I'm just gonna wear a bathing suit.
Well, I'm saying you just wear the floaties, but don't jump in. Just stand there.
Okay, I was so close to following. Like they jumped in as I was finishing like my last note. And then I saw them jump in, and I didn't know they were gonna like really jump in. And then I was like, I gotta do this too. So I was like, I took off like my in-ears and like I was trying to like starting to like take stuff off, and then I saw them struggling, and I was like, maybe not.
I want to wear a unicorn floaty around my waist.
Yeah, you definitely need the rainbow unicorn floaty just around your waist, and then everyone jumps in. And you're just standing there, the floaty, just not doing it.
Yeah, nah.
I love it. I love it. Because then people will confuse us for the Bloodhound Gang, and I'm okay with that. So.
Oh, that would be hysterical. But now I'm kind of thinking about too, because I know with Blue Ridge, I still know they have the on-site camping, and yes, people at festivals, especially when we are crazy as all hell. We will get up is super early still because the sun's out. We're not going to sleep when the sun's out, but we're going to party all night because hey, we don't have to go to work. We're at our favorite place in the world right now, and we get to rock out for fucking 3 or 4 days. Or if you're like me, it's just like, okay, I just went through and just smashed the hell out of a bunch of people because mosh pits, I got to do it. And I got to drink because, I got to numb the pain for the next day. I got to be prepared for this stuff.
Yeah.
So we're constantly going in. Yeah, you'll see the 40, 50-year-old guys. I still remember this was last year for Larger Than Life. Unfortunately, I didn't camp, but ended up staying in a hotel. My buddy and I, we drive in, we start tailgating like 2 hours before the shows, before even gates open. And we end up playing blasting music, like Beartooth, Wage War, Polaris. These 2 guys, about 23, 25 years old, come up, and their dad was with them. He's like 52. Their dad goes crowd surfing. He's drinking more than all of us.
God,
he's
amazing.
having a blast. He's calling himself Festival Dad now. I'm just like, well, this is how it happens. And we're going again this year. We're all sharing an Airbnb together because we all want to hang out with them and Festival Dad.
Yeah.
So with your Blue Ridge 2023 thing, you could possibly get going a drunken tricycle race. If you're a part of those groups, you can start trying to set something up like this, and then it's like Eternal Frequency is having a drunk tricycle race on the campground at 11 a.m.
Honestly, I feel like it would happen too. It'd probably work out. It would probably work out.
The thing is if you started promoting it now, you could potentially have like 500 to 600 people ready to go. And not only that, but people would bring tricycles already ready to go. It's like, let's go do this shit.
People probably have tricycles that we could use. Like, I'm just...
Oh, absolutely. And if that is the case, I'm nominating this one who will not jump in the water because he is an alcoholic. So let's do this.
Or instead of just any kind of tricycle, make it like you got to get adult big wheels. So you have to have the big fucking plastic.
Yeah. That's exactly it.
Now we're talking.
Or like one of those razor scooters where you have to like push with your leg.
Oh fuck! You know how hard that would be? Oh god.
I mean, if you're out of shape, that'd be tough. But and that's not even the worst part. The worst part about it is what happens when you try and brake, and it's like you got the little like metal brake on the back. If you're not wearing shoes, you're screwed. Also, if those things whip around and hit you in the ankles,
in the shin, god,
you're gonna feel pain you haven't felt since 2003.
Oh my god, straight up.
True.
Straight up. That was a natural occurrence as a child for sure.
That scooter's gonna whack you in the shins, and you're gonna go back to a time when when we were all young and Meteor by Linkin Park had just come out, and it was life was simple at that point in time. But then you're gonna realize no, it's 2023, and you just whacked yourself in the ankles with a razor scooter.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How old are you?
I'm 28.
Oh, you're like a year older than me. You're AJ's age.
Hey!
What's up?
What's up?
Talking about 2008, like you know.
Guess how old Justin is.
No.
32.
I love you. We are totally
Just
very
the
good
answer is
friends.
yes.
Yeah. Now I'm pushing 40, man.
I would say I never would have guessed that because I wouldn't have guessed that. Clearly,
but let's just say this. My tattoos consist of Darkwing Duck, Jinko, and Nintendo 64 logos and stuff like that. Basically, I'm just an 80s kid that was living the 90s life. So.
Well, shit, if you got an N64 tattoo on you, then, well, maybe I should actually come out to Blue Ridge, and then instead of, you could have a drunk tricycle race one day, and then have a whole entire N64 Super Smash Bros. Tournament the next day.
Yes, please.
GoldenEye.
Yeah.
So you guys are playing GoldenEye recently?
Yeah.
Pokemon Puzzle League. We can play some of that. That's right up my alley, too.
I'll say, give me a second.
Kirby 64.
So you got,
we're
here we go with
oh
some,
my God.
you know, Diddy Kong Racing.
Yeah.
Perfect Dark Diddy Kong Racing. There we
Let's see
go.
what else we got. You know, of course, good old Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Let's see
Dude,
what
I
else.
had that game. Oh my god.
Do some dogfights in Star Fox.
Oh
Smash.
my god. Are
Let's see
you
what else.
kidding?
I suck at that game now.
Of
I used to be
course.
so good at it.
That's it.
Everyone's got a
That's
Smash.
the game.
That's Super
Because
Smash Bros.
you guys said
Yep.
it.
There we
Good
go.
old GoldenEye.
Legendary.
Go.
If we want to play the not as good James Bond game from the N64,
I liked
we'll
that
look
game.
But this was the one I always
had
played.
that game. I had the blue one. I liked it.
Good old
Perfect
Perfect
Dark.
Dark.
Yes.
You can pull up.
Yes, I was just about to say that.
Let's see what
Love that
else.
game.
You have Legend of Zelda?
Let's get casual and go Mario Golf.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what's-
why not?
Do you have
Legend of
Mario
Zelda?
Tennis?
Oh yeah, I don't have
Yep.
Mario Tennis. That's
Legend
one
of
the
Zelda
ones
is my favorite.
You know what? Rated M, Crazy Game. Conker's Bad Fur Day. We got him. That'd be one to play too. Let's see. What else
Ow.
we got here.
That's Donkey Kong 64. Is that Donkey Kong 64? That's Donkey Kong 64.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yep, see, knew that right from the
I
cartridge.
still have my PlayStation 007.
Wait, is that Agent Under Fire? Or is that which one is
That's
that? I know. I'm trying to. Everything or nothing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you
I
got
was-
the Pokemon Stadiums. I saw that too.
Dude,
Yeah,
I love it.
Pokemon
Dude, that game
Stadium.
got stolen from me as a kid.
And then of course, you know, let's just play some good old platforming. Let's just go platforming
Yeah.
and have a blast.
I suck at that game now too. It's really upsetting.
Wait, did you have Donkey Kong 64?
Yeah, it was the yellow cartridge.
Oh, okay, yeah, I had that too.
You said blue cartridge, right, Emelle? I gotta find.
I had the blue for that other James Bond game. The
The
what?
world is not enough.
The World's Not Enough. Yes.
Say, because I do have a blue one, but it is
Yes,
for...
the blue one. What was the difference? I don't know.
This one's
Yep,
Tony
that's
Hawk.
Yeah, Tony Hawk. Oh my god, dude, I'm reliving my childhood right now.
Man. I'm
I've
having
been
fun
playing
with this
N64
now
the
because I'm
past
like, shoot, I literally now I've like pulled this out. I've got like
And
Nintendo
64 got
64 games
stolen from me.
all across my desk right now. I'm like, well, that happened.
Looks good for you. It's perfect.
Yeah.
You should consider keeping that there
Yeah.
when you do more videos.
It's good feng shui.
It's good feng shui, and the crazy thing.
Where are
too
you
is-
from? Can we come over and play?
I am from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So
Oh shit.
if you
Mainly
can
walk
make,
in, which is Algonquin for the good land.
thank you,
You're right, Pete.
thank you.
We're not worthy. We're not worthy.
Literally, when I saw Beartooth and Disturbed here, David Draymond broke that out. I'm like, yep, I knew he was gonna do that. But here it's okay. Here's the thing, and I can make a deal with you on this literally right now.
Oh crap.
Because this is no. It's partially something that you're gonna have to pull off, but then the rest is gonna come to me. However, I think it's something you're gonna want to pull off eventually. So
Wait.
because I don't think I'm gonna make it to Blue Ridge this year, unfortunately, so I won't be able to bring all this stuff around. But if you're able to, if you're playing shows and you come around my area, and I'm from Milwaukee, but I always go to shows in Milwaukee, that's where I'm from. But I always go to shows up in Green Bay, Wisconsin, in Madison, Wisconsin, and always go to Chicago as well. So if you end up playing a show somewhere around me, let me know, and I will show up early as possible. I will bring all of this. I'll bring
Oh my God.
The N64 is sitting right here.
My God.
I've got not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I've got 7 controllers, so if for some reason we break one, we've got extras. And I'll bring all this shit, and then before the show, after the show, both, I don't care. We'll just start playing some N64 and we'll have a blast.
So ready.
We're going to say fuck the show after an hour, man.
Yeah.
Let's just keep playing.
Too tired. Cancel it.
It's like, oh, show's about to start. It's like, nah, man. I've collected 190 gold bananas. I got 10 more to go. I've been on this all day.
Oh my God.
I need that swap out barrel. Give me Chunky Kong.
I'm still trying to so on the Xbox, they finally put on the GoldenEye for Xbox. Yeah. So it's the same version as the N64 version. And so I started replaying it again. And I realized how actually hard it got with like the 00 agent. And I suck at it. And I'm horrible at it. And I yell obscenities and stuff like that constantly.
That's when you question whether or not Loki was beaten, because he just cowers when she starts swearing.
No!
She doesn't beat him. She doesn't beat him. Let's clarify that.
He's coming in running.
Sadie's just like, who said my name?
Come here, Loki. Come here. No, but I didn't realize how hard the game was. Like when you're a kid, it's like not hard for you, but now it's like, wow, I just suck. I suck.
Yep, that's how I know with these games.
That happens with me in every single video game now, except for these N64 games, because I don't play any really like recent video games. I'll just play the N64 and just go with that. So I'll put it this way, if anyone wants to try and challenge me in Diddy Kong Racing, I say go for it, but you're gonna need a lot of luck.
The only thing I might be able to beat you in is Smash Brothers, because I'm a boss at that game. Okay,
then so I got it. Then we'll I gotta go with this.
Who's your character?
I'll say N64 version. Who's your character? When I was a kid, I'd always play as Link in the N64 version.
Okay,
but then my best friend was in college. He got so damn good at the game where Link was just too heavy and the attacks took a little too long.
Nope,
so he would kick my ass. Any other game, Melee, Ultimate, Brawl, I will kick everyone's ass as Link, no questions asked.
Listen, Kevin, I'm a whip out Kirby, or I'm gonna whip out Pikachu, and I'm gonna bust your ass.
Problem is if we're playing the original, I'm going Pikachu as well.
I go Falco. Falco's mine.
But Kirby is such a broken character. He is such a broken character.
And AJ and I will go play Super Nintendo and live in another time.
We can play Yoshi's Story from Super Nintendo. I love that game.
I'll still get my ass kicked, though, because I just don't play video games.
I'm going to play F-Zero because over the years I've accrued anxiety, and I want to put it to the test. Because that was the game that, even though I was 6 years old, that gave me anxiety.
Right. So you agree with my theory on anxiety, why we're all anxious now. It's because of all these old school games.
Oh, fuck yeah.
True.
Great. Join me in this theory. You ready?
True.
All right. So you play Banjo-Kazooie and all that.
Oh, I played all the time.
Assuming a reason why I feel like this entire generation is anxious is because when we played these games like Banjo, Mario, all that, the game they were so sensitive, the controls, and you couldn't change the sensitivity. So that was always super sensitive, and they always made you go right to the exact edge to get whenever you needed it. So that's why we're all anxious now, is because we all had to creep to the edges to collect crap, and we couldn't do anything about it. And that's why. So I would die on that hill.
No.
That's an incredible theory, and I do want to think about that a little bit more, because that would make a good amount of sense.
Yeah, well, playing games now, like racing games, I was like, man, I crush, but like I played Banjo-Kazooie, and I'm like, why is this guy on my ass the entire time and like somehow going past me? Like, you have to win by the skin of your teeth with everything you do in those old school games.
It's so true.
Exactly the same way. All I do now is like snowboarding games and Mortal Kombat, because it has an end and my controller doesn't vibrate. I'm cool with it.
Well, that's what I still play all of these. Every year I'll play Banjo-Kazooie. I'll play it all the way through at least once and try and beat my time from the previous one.
I'm trying to get there. I'm stuck on the game board. I can't get past the game board just yet.
Oh,
I'm there. I've lost like 6 times. I haven't touched it in 3 weeks because I rage quit.
oh. Just send it to me. I'll get through it in like 20 minutes max.
I kick ass. I can do that.
Damn.
I've shifted to Ocarina of Time. That's where I'm at right now.
Oh,
Okay.
that's the best game
Okay.
ever. Is Ocarina of Time.
But I'll even add a little deal that I made as well. So where did I put good old Super Smash Bros? So
Oh,
when that happens, when you guys either come to Milwaukee to play, come to Chicago, go to Green Bay, go to Madison, or if I get the chance to go and see you play, like, you know, in your, like, around where you guys are, I will bring the N64. I will bring Smash Bros. I'll bring all of this shit. We can play through it, but I'm gonna use Smash
Come
Bros.
on over. Our door is open. Our door is open.
I'm gonna use Smash Bros. For this specifically. We'll go best of 5 for this specific deal. Best of 5.
You're on, Kev.
If you win, I owe you 2 cases of beer.
All right,
That's all you.
Yeah,
I don't drink beer.
Okay, so we'll get one case of beer and then 1 case whatever the hell else you guys want. Okay.
Yeah,
she's the Italian, so just get her like a couple bottles of wine. That's it. Yeah.
I'm a wino.
All right, fair enough. I'll get a case of beer and maybe a case of wine.
Yeah, get that box wine. We're going classy now.
Yeah, right?
Oh yeah, we're going with Franzi. We're going
you
as
stick a
classy as
freaking
possible.
straw on the top like a juice box. Let's go.
It's like a cold Capri Sun.
Now, what happens if you win?
What happens if I win?
Yeah.
Then you guys owe me a case of beer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Considering how much of a sort of loser she is, she's gonna be like, "I don't know you. Get the fuck out. Go back to the Scouts." So.
Okay, I have a better one.
I'll have to come back with a box of Franzia anyway and be like, this is a consolation prize.
No. We need a freaking deep dish pizza because you guys have the good pizza up that way.
Alrighty, if it's in Chicago, then we will get then it will be a deep dish pizza. If it's in Chicago, it'll be a deep dish pizza.
I like it.
Rough. Oh yeah.
You don't like the sauce pizza?
Well, I was being in Chicago before. I barely finished the 1 slice I had.
So good.
And they literally took us out because I was there for training for the job I had at the time. It was glorious.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll put it. I'll get 1 large pizza. We'll play this if it's me. Play before the show. If I lose, I'll order a pizza. You guys go play the show, and the pizza will be there, hot and ready when you guys are done.
I love it.
I love it.
Cool. Sounds good to me.
Either or this needs to happen.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. And even if it's something where all of a sudden I just show up randomly in Pennsylvania with a Nintendo 64 and all these games and be like, "You guys ready?"
You just come over to the apartment. You're welcome anytime. Seriously.
We're always ready.
Got weed.
I'll say at that point too, I'll end up bringing, the N64. I'll end up having like a case of beer that you can only get in Wisconsin. I'll end up bringing some wine too, and I'll be like, you know what? I really don't care. We're just making this a day.
No, I guess not. Damn it. I kind of got it, but
They're whispering about something. I don't know what.
Oh, he made a reference, but it's all good. We're just gonna move on.
Huh,
We're on to
references.
Cincinnati.
AJ had a bug on his back. We were just,
Yes, as Tyler said, we're on to Cincinnati. We're on to Cincinnati.
See, you got that reference, right?
Oh, absolutely got that reference.
see,
You're going
you
all
got
Bill Belichick on me.
Yeah, that's
Not
a
going to
football
miss out on
reference.
that. All
no
right.
one else is into football like I am, so they don't get that one. Well, they kind of are. He's definitely not.
Don't worry, I got you on that one. One more question before we head out. So I know you guys are playing Blue Ridge in 2023. What else can we expect from Eternal Frequency in 2023? I have to bring it back at some point to the music, even though we just went on a 15-minute tangent about the greatness of N64, and now me get into a big old battle with you guys.
I'm not mad about it.
On Super Smash Bros. That's going to involve either deep dish pizza or beer or wine or all of the above.
Or yes,
all of it.
By the end, let's just have a party and we all win.
Yeah.
I like that.
Let's just hang out.
I'm good with that.
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
What are we doing?
Like
This year?
In 2023.
Oh,
we're calling it quits. We're retiring.
Oh yeah, we're done. We're gonna start doing country music and yeah.
No, we're working. We actually have crap ton of new songs that we're working on and stuff like that. So we'll be in the studio, coming out with a whole bunch of new fun content, music videos, the whole 9, and
lots of shows, lots of non-local shows, lots of fun things going on, and yeah.
Non-local shows, so any coming my way?
We can only hope. Hey, send me some venues. Like, give me some venues that you like going to up there.
Oh, shoot,
It can even be your house. It's fine. You know, it's cool.
I'm not sure how many people are gonna be able to fit in this house right now. So, but you know what? Well, no, I'll do this. I'll after we're all done with this, I'll send you a list of venues from Milwaukee, from Green Bay, from Madison, and from the Chicago area that I go to all the time.
Cool.
And it's like, okay, take a look at some of those. I'll send you all of them. I'll send you, no matter the size, big, small, whatever it is. I'll send them all to you and be like, okay, check these out. And there's probably even some more that you can probably check out too. It's like, oh, I'm kind of curious about this one anyway, even though it's like maybe not be the closest thing, but you know what? I always look at it this way. If there's a show I want to go see and it's about at the most 2 hours driving distance, it doesn't matter what day of the week it is. I'm going.
There you go. So. Yeah, send that over and yeah, we'll make something work because we'd love to play up that way. Mm-hmm. We haven't yet, so we'd love to.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure, by the time that would happen, you guys would be connecting with so many people from the area as well, where by the time that show would go on, it's like, well, everyone already knows Eternal Frequency. Everyone's already amped up, ready to go. Let's go do this shit.
Hopefully, yeah.
And that'll be the one, again, where I'll have to take the day off of work so I can just show up with the N64, the beer, the wine, and everything and be like, let's go do this shit. And the deep dish.
Yeah, and you're going to have to call off the next day, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll still go in the next day and I'll be like, hey, we need you to we need you to work on this. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, it's not gonna
happen. That's a tomorrow problem.
Yeah.
That's a tomorrow problem for Kevin. Kevin, tomorrow's Saturday. It's a Monday Kevin problem.
Yeah, there we go.
Or it's a you today problem. You pick.
Yeah. Why do today what we put off till tomorrow?
Exactly.
But what is today? But yesterday is tomorrow, Mr. Squidward.
You don't get that real
quick.
Nope. I heard Squidward. I knew it was SpongeBob. That was the extent.
He's only seen SpongeBob once in his life. It's because I showed it to him and he's almost 39 years old.
It was fantastic.
38 years old.
It was just not my time, It's just not my time.
No, I'm
bullshit.
Mine was like Guts and Legends of the Hidden Temple. That was my shit right there.
Okay. I will at this point now. I'm going to be expecting him to go through, watch SpongeBob, and then try and do a metal version of the Campfire song.
Yep.
Game.
I'm totally down.
I don't think anyone.
We can work on that as soon as we get off here.
No, it's the F is for Friends song. We got to do that.
F is for fire that burns down the whole town. U is for
uranium
bombs. And is for no survivors. When you. And then it got cut off from there.
F is for friends.
Well, that one only lasts about 30 seconds.
U is for you and
it's like a grindcore song. 4 or 5.
And is for anyone at any time at all.
Down here in the
deep blue sea, deep blue sea, whatever lyrics there are.
Yeah, it's deep blue sea.
Loki is straight mean mugging her right now. So.
Oh, shush.
Silly Loki. I think Loki just wants more attention. It's like, why don't you guys pay attention to me? Come on, I'm here.
He's pretty much an only child. Like, I have a cat too, but you know how cats are. They go off and do their own fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's basically an only child. Yeah. So.
You can't see him, but we're going to leave it to the imagination. He's sprawled out like a centerfold right now. So. Yeah.
Oh, look how cute. He's so cute.
Paint me like one of your French dogs.
Paint me like one of your French dogs.
Well, with that being said, I'll let you guys paint him like one of your French dogs. So as we bring this podcast to conclusion, one thing I always like to do is give my guests, which is all 4 of you in this instance, a chance to say whatever you want to say, plug or even a plug, promote or promote at the end of the episode. So my friends, the floor is yours.
We have a single out that we released like a month ago-ish called Running from Ghosts. It's a killer track. Check it out on all streaming platforms. And we love our fans. We love you guys. Anybody else?
See you guys this summer.
See you guys.
I don't really have anything more to add to that. I'm content.
I'm just ready to challenge him in this N64 battle. So.
Let's go.
Yeah. He wants to see Kevin's ass get kicked.
Yeah, that's our message. Watch out.
Yeah, what's up?
We'll live stream the whole entire thing and everyone will see.
We should. Honestly, we should. I think that'd be great content.
It'd be hilarious if we crash and burn too, because we talk a big game. We'll talk a lot of shit and then completely suck.
Yeah, we'll never get booked to Milwaukee.
It'll still be funny as all hell either way. If you kick my ass, if I kick your ass, who really cares? It's gonna be funny either way.
Yeah. It's all for the content. There you go.
It's all for the content. Well, now it's time for me to end this podcast with 3 very specific things. So first things first, when it comes to Eternal Frequency, I mean, you just went through this whole entire podcast. You heard about their ideas around Blue Ridge. What happened with Rocklahoma? What happened when they played at a festival where they jumped into the lake afterwards? The crazy ideas they have to make connections with the fans, drunken, Tricycle, N64 tournaments and all. And now, Emelle plugged the song Grinding from Ghosts. I went through the whole entire song, and goddamn, I have to say, is it good? Yes, it is. I have 3 pages of notes on the whole entire thing. I was ready to go and talk about that song, but of course, N64 took precedence. So you want to follow along with everything in this band, right? You're going to want to follow them on Facebook. You want to, follow them there. Twitter, Instagram. Watch the YouTube videos, follow them on TikTok, be able to stream their music, especially Running His Ghost. You want to stream that. Find them online, find them at a show, go see the Blue Ridge, all that stuff, and stay connected with them. The best way to do that is going to be by doing this. Go to links in the description of the podcast where it says Find Eternal Frequency Online. All the links are going to be there. There's going to be labels for each link as well. So all I have to do is click on them and then hit like, subscribe, watch, play, buy, download, whatever it is. I'm doing all the heavy lifting for you. All you got to do is go and just click the thingy. And you're good. Now it is time for number 2. I tend to make a certain promise to guests I enjoy having on the podcast. Way to say thank you for being on the podcast, and I would like to have you on again in the future and continue to support you any way. However, I kind of amped it up already with the whole N64 thing, but I will still include this in there. We'll still go through the whole N64 thing. We'll still go through it all. We'll still go nuts with it, and there's still going to be beer, wine, deep dish. But if for some reason the N64 thing doesn't happen the first time I see you guys play live, if it can't happen for some reason, maybe scheduling's off, maybe for some reason, it takes like a time I can actually get out to the shows like 20 minutes before it starts. When I see you perform live for that first time, if the N64 thing doesn't happen the first time, my promise to you is this, and that's first rounds on me. No matter what, I will find you. I'll go Liam Neeson and look for you. I will find you. The first round will be on me. Trust me.
Let's do it.
Right. Will I be dressed like Liam Neeson? Probably not.
You got time. You figure it out.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Old man leather jacket and jeans is really my kind of vibrato. But
no, you're gonna be a cucumber. You're gonna be a sea cucumber.
Just always have that melancholy look of concern where you're just like.
I purchase these bricks.
There you go. You got the eyes perfect. You got the eyes perfect.
I will find you, and I will kill you.
I will find it. I will look for you. I will pursue you. I will find you. And first round's on me. Okay. And now it is time for number 3. So I cannot end this podcast in all good conscience by saying goodbye because this was fun as all hell. I would love to have all of you back on the podcast again in the future. And I can't say goodbye because, hell. Super Smash Bros. It's got to happen. It's going to happen. So goodbye is way too final.
It's not goodbye. It's see you later, fam.
Exactly. I'm going to end it by saying, I'll see you later.
Training begins now.
Well, folks, that's my interview with Emelle, Justin, AJ, and Tyler from the band Eternal Frequency out of Central Pennsylvania. Now it's time for Kevin's final thought. And one thing I mentioned about the band was something similar to Patient 67, where they build up on connecting positively with every person they interact with, whether it's people that are directly at their shows, whether it's people that they connect with online within their community, or whether it's what they did with Rocklahoma in 2022, where they connected with people in the Rocklahoma groups in that community in order to create a positive interaction with them so that they could, feel comfortable going out there playing the show and get more people connected to them as well. They're doing it with Blue Ridge once again. And you saw in this whole entire podcast that was the way it was. The way that we connected positively to just go off on a tangent with N64 for like 15 minutes and then come up with a whole entire bet where I'm going to bring an N64 to a show when they come play by me, and we're just going to end up jamming, playing, having a blast, then go to a show playing, seeing them play, me moshing, and then all of a sudden, having some deep dish pizza, drinking beer, drinking wine, playing more Smash Bros afterwards. Yeah. That doesn't happen unless you connect very positively with the band and they have that positive notion going from. They're going to end up doing something like that for Blue Ridge 2023. I can almost guarantee it. Actually, I can guarantee it's going to be crazy. It might be a giant big wheel race. It might be a where's Emelle, where's Waldo type situation, scavenger. It might be the bingo card. I don't know what it might be. But what I do know is it's going to be something that if you're going to Blue Ridge, you're going to want to know all about and you're going to want to connect with them because it's fun. why not? Let's have some fun. Let's have a blast. This is life. We only get one shot at it and we don't get out alive, so why take it too seriously? Let's have some fun with this. And they're bringing that positivity with their music and just with how they connect with people. It is something that is absolutely fantastic, and you should not miss out on it. I am very much 100% behind this band because of that fact. And seeing where those are the connection points, getting on Rocklahoma, getting on Blue Ridge, the whole entire thing with Dale from Run-dmc that literally just happened with Emelle. How crazy is that? That doesn't happen unless you're putting positivity out in the world. You're doing a continuous basis, and you're able to just feed off that and create that positivity everywhere. So I do want to thank the podcast. Thank you for sharing that. This was amazing. If you want to, not if you want to, you should be following Internal Frequency online. Go to the links here to the podcast where it says Find Internal Frequency online. You'll see links labels for all their social media accounts where you can watch YouTube videos, where you can stream music, buy the music, download the music, buy some merch, and get those content. It's links to the podcast. Also, make sure you follow along with the Chord Progression Podcast, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, mostly Facebook and Instagram, where we will post about all the stuff with the podcast, Wednesday night live streams, all that good kind of stuff as well. Short content you're not going to miss out. So click the link in the description of the podcast. Just follow us on social media and follow us there. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Watch the YouTube, so hit that subscribe button or hit that follow subscribe button if you're on Spotify, Podcast, iHeartRadio, Amazon, or anywhere else you might be listening to this podcast. It really helped us out. I want to thank you for subscribing. If you're not subscribed, be like, man, you probably should, because it'd be awesome. If not, I totally understand. Thank you for stopping by anyway. I really do appreciate it. Remember, hit that subscribe button. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Also, thank you, Phoenix Fitness, for sponsoring this podcast. I'm sorry for using the code CPP20 at FX.com. Links to the podcast. Thank you, Phoenix Fitness. Thank you, Emelle. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, AJ. Thank you, Tyler, for being on the podcast for your first time. Not the last time, though. On that note, that's you, guys. Thank you for listening to the Chord Progression Podcast. My name is Kevin, and you guys know how I end every single one of the big, healthy, and hearty. See ya! Yeah!